What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, checking out this Blue Eyes White Dragon combo deck that I kind of concocted. I found this combo initially through MSTTV, so I will link kind of where I originally found this. He was using like ABCs, but I've altered the deck for Blue Eyes. Basically, all you have to do is make Halq, and then you combo from there. So I know like Dragon Link is the prevailing kind of way to play this deck. I still think it is, but I like to try a lot of different stuff, and this deck ends up, seemingly kind of works out in the end for whatever reason. So this is Dynaruffia. Obviously, like the deck is about like I think it's like 9 hand traps plus all your combo pieces. The only card that is truly a brick in the deck is the Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon, not Auroradon, Cult Wing. If you draw Cult Wing, unfortunately your plays stink on ice. So it's like kind of the combo pieces, and then everything else is about the fusion card, and that's what ends up coming down to. And you'll see the fusion card come up quite a bit. So Blue Eyes is really just an engine, but you do get access to a lot of really cool cards to finish your opponent off in emergency situations. Clearly, I've kind of like broken this guy's board, so the end board of this is 3 Omni Negates, which is pretty neat. And this ends up being 2 Negates too. And then, of course, Baroness de Fleur gets to pop an opponent's card, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to pop that back row and kind of set myself up here. I think I just have the 1 negate, or I guess 2 negates for the churn, which is more than enough to, end this duel. And we'll keep going here. So the deck is actually quite consistent, as you'll see here. It doesn't really work around hand traps too well, but it's not really the point. This is a casual strategy, so I just try to maximize whatever that is. You saw in 2 of these replays that I did have the Despot 001 in hand, but it does not matter in the slightest bit. This is like a pretty simple combo. It's like decent introduction deck into Yu-Gi-Oh, honestly, or into combos, I should say, because we all know that combo decks can get pretty darn complicated from time to time. Yep, there goes the first one, Borreload Savage Dragon. We'll go into the Baroness next because Cult Wing has that increased level due to the token being on the field, so that's pretty neat. All right, there goes Fossil Dig. I cannot let what's it called go off. I can't think of the name of it now. It's limited at the moment, but yeah. So that was it. I just had enough negates. Here's a duel against Witchcrafter, and this ends up being pretty interesting. So yeah, I have cards like Infinite Impermanence, Ash Blossom, and then you can decide whatever else you want. But yeah, your follow-up plays are almost always Ultimate Fusion. For a while, I was running the Trap card, like the Eternal Light, but I'd rather just have multiple copies of Ultimate Fusion, to be honest with you. It's a little bit quicker. Potentially can pop off during your opponent's turn. All right, let's go ahead and negate the main Witchcrafter card. That way my plays are pretty much unimpeded at this point. Okay, I think I like find a really jank way to start my combos, because normally I can't get like a, well, yeah, like I need to find a way to get a dragon on the field, right, or like just any monster, and I end up going into the fusion and going into Crystal Alley 5 rack. So that's a pretty silly way to do it, but nonetheless, I'm going to end this with 3 negates on the board, which is pretty cool. And I still have the Whitestone in my hand. If I can find a way to discard it at some point, that'll have me go into like the Jet Dragon, which I do use in this deck too. All right, a couple of tokens. Bring back the Despot 001. Luckily, this isn't too long. It's really, like I said, pretty straightforward. Next, I'll probably go into kind of the like Dragon Link side of it, which is what seemingly everybody is playing. So that's definitely on my agenda right now to do at some point. Set the Infinite Impermanence. So this is going to be insane. Soon there will be a chain, the longest chain I think I've ever seen in my life. Okay, so Chain Link 1, Chain Link 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. An 8 chain, a 9 chain, excuse me. Even more than that. So that was super fun. I don't even know what happened during that chain, to be completely honest with you. But I know I used most of the cards in his hand. I still have 1 Boral counter on this, which I think will end up being really important. I can normal summon the Whitestone and tribute it to destroy his Witchcrafter, Madame Vere, which of course is going to special summon at the end of the turn, which is really, really good. Okay, so here is a mirror match against Blue Eyes. There's only a few more because the combos, technically all the same. Everybody seems to be vibing pretty hard with the Blue Eyes stuff. I think it's okay, honestly. For some reason, it feels underwhelming, but the Dragon Link stuff does seem pretty decent. Like if one of the top plays is Numeron Dragon, then yeah, I feel like it's hurting just a little bit. But okay. Cards of Constant is so good in this deck. It's insane. I used to use Trade-In, but this ends up being a lot better, specifically, for the way I play this. Alright, he's going to go into the Baroness. I'm going to go ahead and go straight into the battle phase to, so he can't use that negate. I will, search a white stone. That way I can pitch this to draw a couple cards. I can go into Link Karibo, summon out the Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. So I got the Infinite Impermanence, the Called by the Grave, which could end up coming in handy. My cards can't be destroyed with card effects, so yeah, that Blue Eyes alternative is not going to be too effective. He's going to destroy the other one. It's a soft once per turn. He's going to take control of my Link Karibo, but yeah, he can't attack directly. Goes for the Cypher Blade, gets rid of the Infinite Impermanence, but that is perfectly fine. Considering he doesn't have like any sort of spell and trap removal or anything like that, or any disruption during my turn, I'm feeling okay. And now I can go through my full combo again. So I was able to play it pretty chill until the end here, and now this is going to be way more than enough to end up breaking his board. I'm going to have a negate for his Ultimate Fusion at the end of all this. I'm going to be able to pop his Cypher Blade Dragon with the Baroness, negate the effect once it hits the graveyard, so he can't special summon back a Galaxy Eye Cypher Dragon. And decent enough, I guess this ends up being 3,000 attack for like a short amount of time. But that's alright. I'm just going for the negates. That's just a little fun fact, I suppose. And take a look at this. The alternative can pop his Cypher Blade, which, since the card's destroyed, that's going to trigger the Jet. And that gives me 2 rank 8s. I can go into something like a number 38. So a small addition to the combo there. Ends up being pretty cool. The rank 8 engine, of course, is one of the best in Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes to the extra deck. Here's a neat little duel against Dark Magicians. Plays a lot of Floodgates, and this is where you see the power of Ultimate Fusion. I'm not even sure I'm able to get my combo off during any of this. It doesn't have any access to Dark Magician right now, which is very important for me. I'm going to pop his Magician's Rod. You might as well, because like when you start going into your combos, He's going to flip up Rivalry of the Warlords. I'm going to chain the Ultimate Fusion. And I can special summon from the deck a White Stone of Ancients, which I guess is pretty cool. Because I can only control dragon monsters right now. And the Blue Eyes Jet is decent. So he has Swords of Revealing Light, which ends up being pretty kind of bad against me, honestly. Alright, let's go ahead and, I tried to flip this up in attack position, but yeah, it's so embarrassing not to be able to get through Swords of Revealing Light, but here I am. Alright, he's going to normal summon, so yeah, this is why, like, when I play Dark Magician, I always recommend, having at least one copy of that illusion to grab a couple of Dark Magicians to your hand. Alright, we'll go ahead and go into some sort of rank 8. I still can't attack, and now I can. He's going to, flip to the top of that Magician's Souls, which is pretty neat. So now he's going to have access to Dark Magician, which is not good for me because he's going to be able to start banishing a lot of stuff on my field. So it really looks like he's kind of ending this duel pretty soon. He goes into Selene, which I don't know why. To bring back the Magician's Soul, I suppose, but it looked like he had so much advantage. Alright, he's going to bring back the Dark Magician. Going to bring back the Dark Magician Girl. He's going to have the Rod. The good thing for me is that he doesn't have skill drain. So if I can fusion summon pretty soon, like I will be able to do some really cool stuff. And I do, which is really, really nice. I was hoping to use Ultimate Fusion, and I'm going to be able to pop 3 cards on his field. So I'm going to attack his back row since all of this stuff is going to get blown up. So I've just bullied my way back into this deck. No Dark Magician for you, and I can attack directly. I can pop that back to his hand and go for a Blue Eyes White Dragon. Then I can overlay into a number 38 because obviously they need a lot of spells. So he had Red Eyes Fusion in his hand, so that really ended up helping me out. Otherwise, he could have just activated it and I would have been not dead because of alternative, but I'm probably going to pop 3 more cards in his back row, which is, again, it's just very good. So that was the strength of like the other engines there. And looks like this is not anything. That's Dark Magician. So yeah, that was Blue Eye stuff. I thought that was fairly interesting. I wanted to make a video about it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.